YouTube, welcome back to the channel, man. Happy Saturday to you. I hope your weekend's looking wonderful, man. I, for one, needed a little bit of a break, you know what I mean? It's been a rough week. And on top of that, for some reason, I've been dealing with some controller drift, man. For some reason, my right stick just continues to sway left, but not on a constant basis like right now. My controller's just sitting here. Just every so often, it pulls like a 90-degree turn out of nowhere. I'm not sure what's going on with it. I want you to take a look at what I like to consider my Red Ranger Ash, man. You know what I'm waiting for right now?
Morphin' time!
Yes, exactly. So anyway, I want to talk to you guys about the Pavlov Spy Mission on Lua. Some of the rewards you can get from this mission if you can get all 3 objectives, and I'm here to help you get through those 3 objectives. This is a very unique spy mission that sends you through the past and the present, and there are multiple routes within the spy. I'm just going to show you the routes that I take, which gets me to about 6.5 minutes per run. So let's talk about some of the drops that come from the spy. Now I'm going to talk about rotation A, rotation B, and rotation C. And in simpler terms, rotations in spy missions are simply the objectives. So rotation A is objective A, rotation B is objective B, and rotation C is objective C. If you only get one of these and fail the other 2, well, the one that you successfully hack, you will only get the rewards from that rotation. And if you want to see all the drops for this spy mission, I've put a link in the description below so you can see all the commons and uncommons, and especially the rares, which we're going to go over right now. So I picked 2 from each rotation that I felt was worthy of going through this mission and getting all 3 objectives. Rotation A will give you Blood Rush at a 12.18% chance, and Astral Twilight, which is a glaive stance mod, at a 1.29% chance. Rotation B will award you Crushing Ruin at a 1.29 chance, and High Noon Gunblade Stance mod at a 1.29 chance. And rotation C, which is the most confusing and probably the hardest and most unique part of this spy mission, Rime Rounds at a 7.37% chance, and Cleaving Whirlwind at a 2.01 chance. Of course, there are plenty of other rewards in these tiers, so like I said, just go to the description, click the link, and it'll show you all the drops within this mission. So I'm not going to hold y'all up too much, man. Let's get into the objectives and do a step-by-step guide on how to get through this thing efficiently. If you enjoyed this content, or if this video helped you, please don't be afraid to like and subscribe down below, man. I cannot believe we're almost at 600 subscribers, dude. Shout outs to y'all. Thank you so much for all the support. We're only getting bigger, we're only getting better, and now you can tack on this Pavlov Lua Spy mission under your belt. Enjoy the rest of the video. So Objective A and Objective B can actually switch. Rotation C or Objective C is always going to be the time traveling one. So keep that in mind as you watch this. When I go through Objective A, it may not be your Objective A, it may be Objective B, which you can just go through the chapters of this video and you'll see Objective A, B, and C listed separately, so you can go right to it. Objective A. Hack the orange console once you come through the door. Once that door opens, veer off to the right staircase and hold what you got right there. And if you pay attention, these lasers will set off the alarms if you touch them, and these lasers are in groups of 3 as it spins. So you'll see 1, 2, 3, and then a large gap, and then another 1, 2, 3, and then another large gap. Take your time and time a bullet jump between the gap leading to this door. You might want to aim glide to kind of slow yourself down in the air as to land in the other part of the gap in front of the door. Once through this door, drop down below and avoid getting hit in the back by those lasers. Make sure that door shuts behind you. Drop down all the way to the bottom and enter the void rift that's waiting for you. Once through this rift, there are platforms with lasers. These lasers will trigger the alarms. However, you can shoot some of the white caps that you're familiar with in the void to turn off some of these lasers. Make your way across these 4 platforms and into the door across the room. Once through this door, you want to go up the stairs to your right, and there is a platform on top of these stairs. Once you stand on this glowing platform, it will start a timer to get through the doors at the bottom. Once you've made it through, hack the console and enter the void rift behind you. Once through this void rift, you want to jump across the long gap and head on to Objective B. Objective B. Once you come through this door, you want to shoot the button orb in front of you. This will open the door in front of you. Go through the door and enter the void rift on the left. Once you are through this void rift, this console can now be interacted with, and this will start the first test, which is a wall latch test. Keep in mind, if you touch the ground before the wall latch test is over, it will restart, but you will not trigger alarms, you will not fail. Once you come into this room, you want to shoot this button orb and spawn the first mirror. Wall latch onto this mirror and shoot the orb again. This will spawn the next mirror for you to wall latch onto. Continue this until the orb moves on, unlocking the next segment of this test. The next segment of this test, this is also a wall latch test, but this is more so based on speed and precision. This laser in the middle of the room will trigger alarms, but it can be shot and stopped for about 3 seconds to give yourself some breathing room. If you have a co-op partner, they can shoot this laser to help slow things down if it gets too close behind you. But if you're going solo, you can easily wall latch across all 4 mirrors as long as you're confident. Once the laser rotates past your platform, bullet jump toward the first mirror. Once you're on this first mirror, just continue to go clockwise around this tower. Once you've wall latched the 4th mirror, this will open the next segment of this test. Once you enter this door, you'll notice 4 enemies that are seemingly stuck in time and not moving. In order to spawn them, you'll need to stand on the platform and let the cycling object drain your shields. This object that drains your shields will cause the enemies to spawn. Leaving this platform will cause the enemies to stop spawning. Kill these enemies as they spawn, and they spawn first the Moa, the Ancient, the Corpus, then the Grenier. Once they're dead, head through the open door, go to the right, hack the console, and head to Objective C. Congratulations, you're almost done. Objective C. This is probably the most unique of all the spy objectives in the entire game. This one is also subjective in how you approach it. There are many different pathways to get through this. I'm just going to show you the 2 ways that I approach this objective, but you're free to venture on and find your own path. First, go through the door and look to the right. Shoot this button that's over the door. Go through this now open door and enter the Void Rift. Once through this rift, you want to hack the orange console. Once this console is hacked, you want to peek out the door in front of you, look to the left, and there is a chandelier on the ceiling. Shoot the top of this chandelier to make it fall into the ground. Once it has fallen, you want to turn around, shoot the Void Rift that you came in from, and enter back through it. Once back into the present time, you want to go through the door in front of you and look to where you shot that chandelier. This space is now open and you can go through. Continue down this cave and enter the first Void Rift at the end of this room. Once through, you want to interact with the console in front of you. This will drop down a small platform for you to jump through the gap in the ceiling. Once through this gap, there is a golden platform right in front of you, but if you look directly above you, there is a Void Rift that's hidden in the ceiling. You want to shoot this Void Rift and bullet jump yourself through that rift. Once through that Void Rift, you want to continue through these caves, bullet jump the gap, and enter the Void Rift at the end of the cave. Once through this Void Rift, you'll notice an explosive canister that's right in front of you. Shoot this canister to break the wall in front of you, go back into the Void Rift that's right behind you, and go through the now open ceiling. There are 2 lasers in this room, so be careful, shoot the caps to be safe. And this is where the 2 ways I approach this objective branch off. So I'll give you 2 different ways to end this. It depends on the personal way that you want to take this. Path number 1. You'll enter a room with a broken music puzzle, and you can hear this very haunting sound of one voice that's remaining. Just to the right, you'll notice a Void Rift. You want to go through this rift and enter the past once again. The music puzzle is now fixed, and you can shoot the button above the door. This will play a sequence of 6 notes that you must copy by jumping on the correct platforms in order. One tip that I'm going to give you is, in my head, I just give these platforms a number so that I can just repeat that number sequence in my head. That really helps to avoid failing, because every time you do fail, a laser will cycle on the floor spinning around you. Failing enough times results in the alarms automatically going off. Once you complete this pattern, enter the now open door in front of you, go straight and hack Objective C's console, and head to extraction, baby. Path number 2. To the left of the broken music puzzle is a door with lasers across it. Bullet jump through this door, careful not to hit the lasers, man. Once through, head to the end of the hallway and you'll see a half-closed door and laser spinning. Go through this door and veer to the left, mostly avoiding these lasers. At the other end of the room is a Void Rift next to a pillar. Go through this Void Rift. Once through the Void Rift, there is a button directly behind and above you. Shoot this button to spawn an explosive barrel that goes through the Void Rift that you came from. Once this is done, go back through the void rift again and you'll notice this explosive container is now popping out in front of you completely intact. Shoot the explosive to knock down the pillar and open the door to the left. Go through the small crack in the door and through the rift on the right side of this room. Once through, there is an ice floor and there is a console on the other side. Go to the other side of this room and hack this console. This will make the button on the wall across to start to move with a void rift attached to it. Shoot this button to activate it and wait for it to grab the explosive container on the left. This is very important. Once it's taken this explosive, go through the button's rift and this will again spawn another explosive to shoot, opening the wall ahead. Once the explosive has exploded this wall, go through the wall, through the void rift and go into the console room and hack and head to extraction. One caveat to note here is once the console is hacked at Objective C, you can go back through the door you entered through and go through the door to the right. Most times this is locked for the host, but anyone in your squad can go through and collect possible rare mods and items within this room. I suggest having vacuum or fetch equipped on your companion, as items will still collect through this door. I'm not sure if this is just some sort of weird glitch, but it used to happen every now and then, but running this mission enough times, it's just not been open for me probably the last 30 times that I've run this mission. So ladies and gentlemen, that is my Pavlov Lua Spy Mission guide. Again, there's multiple ways through some of these, but I just wanted to give you the ways that I use most often, and I can usually get the spy mission done within 6 or 7 minutes. After enough repetition, you can get similar times as well, because there's really good mods to get out of this, and I really recommend to go through this thing a handful or 2 handfuls of times just to see what you can get, especially if you don't have some of these. Y'all have an amazing rest of your weekend, man. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the day. Got date night tonight, got a movie to watch, all this kind of good stuff, dude. Life is looking good right now, and I hope it is for you too. I'll catch y'all in the next video, man. Peace.
Mm-hmm.